So the topic is gymnosperms, and the first question is, why are seeds such a significant evolutionary development?
This is for chapter number what?
Sorry?
This is a question for chapter number what?
Chapter number 24.
24?
24.
Okay.
So why are seeds such a significant evolutionary development? What do you think? Fatma. So the page number 468. 468. So Fatma, do you love nuts? Abdulaziz, do you love nuts?
Yes, of course.
So then I think this is the answer for you for the question.
How is it the answer?
Because the nuts are actually seeds. So if you love to eat nuts, then for you it's important,
Okay.
right?
So, mhm.
So without the seeds, then there will be no nuts. So you don't have you, you will you cannot eat them. So this is the first reason, because people use seeds as food. Okay, what is the second? By the way, seeds are very nutritious and uh, you can easily be fed by the seeds because they are very uh, high in calorie, oils, proteins, and vitamins. And also they are easy to store, so you don't need a fridge, so they can be stored anywhere at room temperature for a long time.
Yes.
So and also uh, there are so many plants in the world, so and they produce so much seeds and fruits actually, so people cannot consume them, so there is always an excess of the fruits. Okay, so and the second reason is that seeds can be transferred by the animals and they don't need water to reproduce, so they can survive the dryness. So that is why seeds are evolutionary more uh, developed. Okay, then let's go to the next question. And the second question is, what is an ovule? What is an ovule? So Jasmine, what is an ovule? Asma, what is an ovule? Fatma, what is an ovule? Ezra,
Yes,
Abdulaziz,
teacher. Yes.
what is an ovule?
Um, it is a structure in seed plants that develop into seeds following fertilization.
Okay, good. So what is the relationship between the ovule and the uh, flower?
Mm, flower.
So it is the second part of the question. So there are first is what is ovule and how ovules and seeds are related. So
Okay, it is flower that develop into a seed coat follow fertilization.
Okay.
Mhm.
Sorry. And what happens after fertilization?
That develop from microspores of seed plants into male of gametophytes.
And what happens with the ovula?
Um, that develops into a seed following fertilization.
Okay. So uh,
Mhm.
so are the seed plants are divided into groups based on the
Yes.
development. Which group
Mhm.
and how?
Pollen grains.
I mean, no, not pollen grains. So what are the difference between gymnosperms and angiosperms?
Gymnosperm
Yes.
mm, is any of a group of seed plants in which the seed nodes are enclosed in an ovary.
Okay, and angiosperms?
And, that develops produce with pollen grains.
What do they have as well? So
Um,
what is the difference of the angiosperms from gymnosperms? Ezra, what is your
yes,
favorite fruit?
apple,
Which?
apple,
What is it? Apple?
yes.
Could you please write it in the in the comments in the chat,
Okay.
because I cannot understand what is the name of the fruit. Apple.
Um,
It's
yes,
it's pronounced apple. So
yes.
Ezra, where are the seeds of the apple?
Inside.
Inside what?
Um, جماعة هو اسمها ايه؟
Inside of the fruit, right?
yes,
So the angiosperms have a fruit that is tasty, right?
yes,
So that is why you love the fruit of the apple. You don't like seeds, right?
yeah, sure.
So, and this is the reason, the main difference between the gymnosperms and angiosperms is that the angiosperms have seeds that are covered by the fruit, and usually this fruit is tasty, very tasty, and that is why most animals, including humans, they like to eat these fruits, like Ezra. So, anyone that like apples? Ezra, I like apples too.
Of course.
Abdulaziz, you like apples too. So,
Yeah. Yes.
so that is why. So it is important because we like to eat. Okay, so then let's go to the next question. So the questions are at the end of the chapter. So the question number 3: which features distinguish gymnosperms from seedless vascular plants?
Seedless vascular plants have vascular tissue. Uh,
Gymnosperms also have vascular tissue.
um,
What are the difference?
don't have seeds.
They don't have seeds. Okay.
Um,
That is why they are called seedless. Right?
I don't know.
Okay. Any other differences?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
But if you think better,
Has vessels carry water to the food and food to all different parts of the plant.
again, what? Different?
Has vascular vessels to carry water and food to all different parts of the plant.
Different what? Different
Parts.
parts. Okay. Any other differences?
No.
Okay, then next question. So question number 4. Uh, what are the 4 groups of gymnosperms and describe each? Actually, there are more differences. Like, for example, the uh, gymnosperms are usually trees and they are perennial, so they survive the winter, and they have a root system that is very developed, and then also a bark and needles. So the type of the leaf is different. It is a uh, it is a megaphyll, and it has an adaptation to save water during the uh, winter. so they stay evergreen like other leaves. And also the uh, gametophyte is not a separate plant, so it is gametophyte is connected to the sporophyte, and it is called cone. So gymnosperms have cones, and they like male and female cones, and also uh, they they usually use a cross pollination for fertilization. So these are the differences between the gymnosperms and bryophytes. So the next question number 4, what are the 4 groups of the gymnosperms? So they are called phyla.
Like a conifer?
Yes, conifer is a phyla, and this is the most common phyla.
Yes, yes. And they are eroded trees and shrubs and with needle-like.
So
And evergreen leaves and seeds in cones.
okay, so the next one is
Cycads.
cycads. Okay, phylum Cicadophyta.
Female of ginkgos, and genetophytes.
Please describe each. So phylum Cicada, what are cicads?
Are a palm-like, fern-like in appearance and reproduce with pollen uh, and seeds in cone-like structure.
Okay, then what is the ginkgo?
Um, that only surviving species in its phylum is a deciduous. Like a female ginkgo produce freshly seeds directly on branches.
Next,
And genophytes share a number of traits with aginosperms, including the presence of more efficient water conducting cells called vessel elements in their cell.
okay, then let's go to the next question. Question number 5. Are pines monoecious or dioecious? Explain your answer.
I think it monoecious
Why?
because it have having a male and female cones on the same tree. There are a few species. Yes.
Okay. Uh,
Um, are and are dioecious with individuals predominantly but don't only sign sex.
okay. So the next question is the question number 6. What is the dominant generation in pine life cycle?
Examples include conifers such as pine and spruce tree.
Asma, not examples. What is the question number 6? What is the
Yes,
dominant generation in the pine life cycle?
the John Brain's life cycle has a dominant sporophyte generation, both
Which
both both
which generation? Sporophyte or gametophyte?
sporophytes,
Sporophyte. Okay.
parent plant.
Okay. So if you look at the life cycle of the gymnosperms, then sporophyte is the predominant because it has uh, stem, leaves, and is actually larger. So and the gametophyte is actually the cones that are attached to the sporophyte. Okay, then let's go to the next question. So question number 7. Are pine spores homosporous or heterosporous? Explain your answer.
Gymnosperm and therefore as exemplified by pine trees.
Osmo, I'm sorry I can't understand you. Could you please explain it more clearly?
I think it sporiosis. Sporiosis.
What? Sporiosis?
Hetero.
Hetero, why?
Um, because it's a major distinction we can make between seeds plant and the non-seeds um, like mosses and ferns. Its seeds plant are um, it is heterosporiosis and non-seeds plants are homosporosis.
Okay, so Asma, could you understand it? Asma,
I understand it by Internet Week.
by what?
Internet Week.
I mean, Fatma just explained, so could you understand?
I already understand it.
Already?
Yes.
Can you repeat? Asma, could you please repeat the explanation? Okay, then let's go to the next question. So question number 8. Uh, so no, sorry, question number 8. How does pollination occur in gymnosperms and fertilization? How does pollination occur in gymnosperms? Abdulaziz, could you please answer this question?
Teacher, can I answer?
Sure.
Okay. Um, Gymnosperm seeds are either totally exposed or are born on the skies of con. Unlike seedless vascular plants, gymnosperms produce seeds. Gymnosperms also produce wind-borne pollen grains, which develop from microspores or seed plants into male gametophytes. Seedless vascular plants don't produce pollen grains. Yes, no.
And how pollination occurs?
By develops of microspores of seeds.
Okay, what happens with these spores?
Crossed.
How does pollination occur?
والله يا ابني منور.
Like, okay, then Ezra, do
Hmm?
you have a textbook?
Yes, I have a book. Yes.
So please open that at page number 473.
73. Okay.
473. And there is a picture, the life cycle of pine.
Life cycle of mosses.
No, pine. 473. It's in the PDF. It is 500. Page number 500.
500. Okay. Life cycle of pain?
Yes, fine.
Pain, yes.
So, uh, the pollination. So the pollination is actually stage 5. Sorry, stage 2.
Mhm.
So do you see that microsporangium?
Yes.
So
Micro.
microsporangium,
Yes, yes.
explain please.
Um,
Microsporangium are located on the male cones, right?
yes.
Abdulaziz.
Yes.
So the microsporangium are located on male cones. What happens with the with the spores afterwards?
Uh, it developed into a pollen grain and transferred to the female comb by wind.
Exactly. So they transfer to the female cones. And then what happens afterwards?
Afterward, a growing pollen tube, fertilization.
Okay, so uh, actually the transfer is by the wind. So
Mhm.
there is no need there is no need of the water. So they don't require water. So it's transferred by the wind, free of charge. So and then uh, so actually they grow to the pollen tube and then they reach the sperm cell will reach the megasporangium and then sperm nucleus united with egg nucleus and then fertilization occurs. Okay, then next question. So actually this was first was pollination and then fertilization. It's 2 stages. Okay, then uh, actually the same way fertilization occurs in humans. So the men usually find a beautiful woman and then they invite her uh, to a party or to a restaurant to have a dinner and then eventually they hang up and then fertilization occurs. Okay, so Abdulaziz, is it true in Egypt?
Yes. Huh?
Is it true? It is the same in Egypt?
No, I'm not from Egypt.
Not where are you from?
Algeria.
Algeria. Oh, okay, okay. It is the same in Algeria?
No.
No?
Yeah.
How does fertilization occurs in Algeria?
Uh, After a wedding.
After the wedding. Oh, I see.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
are you Muslim also?
Yes.
So, okay, good. And Ezra, is it true in Egypt? The same? Ezra.
Yes, teacher.
So, the the young uh the young pair they don't meet before the wedding? So here in Europe, it's usually different, I think, than in the Algeria or Egypt and other Muslim countries. Okay, so then next question. List several. So question number 9. List several ways in which conifers are advanced in relation to ferns. Abdulaziz, and so how does in Algeria the courting process is going?
What is it?
So if the so like if you don't meet someone, how does you court to the girlfriend?
I don't understand the question.
Court, I mean, so if you see a beautiful girl, then how do you tell her she is beautiful? So then, what do you do to marry?
Oh, I can go to her, talk to her.
Go to her house,
Yes.
okay, and
And engage.
engage.
Mhm.
Okay, so how do you engage? Like you go to the house and say, so my name is this, and so
I, I want to marry your daughter.
so your daughter. So you go to the parents, not to the uh, girl itself, right?
Yes.
And uh, what happens after?
If they agreed, you can marry.
If they, you mean parents agree,
Yeah.
and
And she,
the girl also should agree, right?
yeah,
Okay, so but she, like, you are strangers first meet, then how she will agree? Like you don't know each other, like or you meet before, like with the girlfriend
yeah, it
additionally.
can happen.
Sorry,
Uh, it can be possible. Possible. I mean, that you know each other from before.
it can't be or can.
It can be. It can be.
Why?
It can be possible. Like she was a classmate or something like.
So you meet before, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what do you do during the meetings?
Like what?
So like how do you, like, uh what do you exchange? Like you just speak with each other, or what? You go to the dancing or what?
Uh,
Like, or go to the restaurant to eat food, or walk on the streets, or what do you do?
I don't know yet.
You don't. So
Yeah.
Ezra, or what usually uh the meeting pair will do uh in Egypt? Ezra, Jasmine, Fatma.
Yes,
So
yes, teacher.
what a meeting pair will do in Egypt before engagement?
I don't know. I didn't try it before.
But you heard about other friends, girlfriends, like what they do. or your parents maybe. So anyway, before fertilization, so first is the pollination. So pollination is like the before engagement. So actually, whatever you do during the before the engagement, it is a pollination. So preparation, and then it will be fertilization, and fertilization is actually engagement. So okay.
Okay. Okay.
So like pollination actually transfer by the wind. So I think you should transfer some part of your feelings to the another part. So you know each other, and then you can engage. So this is actually fertilization.
Yes.
Then the question number 9, the ways in which conifers are advanced relation to ferns. So what do you think, Fatma? Fatma, please check your microphone.
Sorry.
So what do you think? Question number 9.
What was the question?
Question number 9. What is the ways conifers are advanced relation to ferns? Like they have seeds, then they have roots, developed root system, then more tissues. They are like they are perennial, and the height is like can reach the higher height, so up to 200 meters. So they survive the cold and the tough conditions. So that is why conifers are more advanced. Okay, let's go to the next question. Question number 10. Which features do cycads, ginkgos, and ctenotyphites share with conifers? Asma, which fishes conifers, the cichlids, ginkgos, and gnetophytes share with conifers? So to answer this question, you can use a table on page number page number 497. Page number 497 and table 24.1. So the common and distinguished features of these phyla are in the table.
Teacher, which page? Number of page?
497. 497. 497. So conifers have monoecious, and they have seeds in cones.
And
So
they have what is xylem?
xylem is the tissue, is a vascular tissue.
They all have the xylem in common, the same Tracheides.
Tracheids, yes, tracheids is type of the xylem for the conducting of the water. So the conifers are monoecious, so that is separate male and female cones, and the cichlids are dioecious, so they have male and female cones on separate plants, and they both have seeds in cones. Then ginkgo, they have a fleshy seeds, so not in cones. They are also dioecious, so male and female on separate plants. And gnetophytes also mostly dioecious, and they have fleshy seeds. So actually the gnetophytes are common in the deserts, like in Egypt, in Sahara. So these are the common features and differences. So then question number 12. So 11 is the differences and the 10 is the common. So the question number 12, how are conifers ecologically important? So we discuss ecology. Abdulaziz, what is ecology?
Ecology, it is meant by environment.
By what?
Environment.
Environment. Okay. So how do you understand ecology?
Science of environment.
Okay, but for you, ecology, what do you make to make more ecological? What do you do?
Mm,
How do you save planet?
Uh, how do I save plants?
Planet, not only plants, planet.
Ah, by keeping a good environment.
How do you keep the environment good? Like, do you like use ecological car or like electrical car, or do you save on electricity? How do you keep
Yes, not throwing garbage everywhere.
what?
Uh, I
Garbage?
said, it. Yeah,
What do you do
keep
with the
the
garbage?
not throw it in nature. Nature.
Not through. So what do you do with the garbage?
Mhm. Burn it.
Burn?
Burn garbage. Yeah.
But when you burn garbage, it will uh it will pollute atmosphere.
I think so. Yeah.
Sorry?
We want to prevent pollution of atmosphere,
Yes,
right?
right. But if you burn garbage, it will pollute atmosphere. You should stop burning garbage.
So I should recycle them.
Yes, right, recycle. Good.
Mhm.
So don't burn because you will pollute atmosphere.
Mhm.
Okay, so actually when it comes to ecology, like most of the politicians, they talk about the electrical vehicles, like because the uh, internal internal combustion engines are polluting atmosphere very much. Like
Yeah.
they have a smoke, they have a uh, uh, they are not efficient in energy, like they require a fuel. So fuel is oil, so oil actually also pollutes the environment. So that is why most uh, most companies now start producing electrical vehicles, like electrical buses, electrical uh, cars. So uh, so if you think like if you care about ecology, then you should use the electrical cars. And also, like for the buses, like there are alternative energy buses, like the gas buses that run on the gas. I think you could notice the some buses in Kazan are all are using a gas instead of the uh, like the uh, instead of the normal gas, they use natural gas. So
What
have
is
you
the
tried?
difference?
What?
What is the difference between them?
The difference is that the gas is uh, well, after the burning, the natural gas gives only the water and carbon dioxide that are consumed by the water is actually harmless, and carbon dioxide is consumed by the plants, and so there is no pollution. But the internal combustion engines, like the gasoline, like from the petroleum, it also gives some smoke. So that is why it's polluting more than the natural gas. Have you ever tried to drive a bus with the blue, like with the on the natural gas?
Never.
No?
No, I didn't.
Do you use a bus to commute?
Yes. Yeah.
So try the bus. They are like a new one. They have a on the roof. They have a like uh, uh, a balloons with the natural gas, so you can distinguish the, and uh, they are marked like the natural, the I don't know. They usually have a blue symbols on them. So
Mhm.
try it. So uh, they don't have a smoke. So usually at the tail of the bus there is a large tube with the smoke from it. So they don't have it. They don't have this tube.
Chacun.
Sorry, what?
I know its name in French.
In French?
Yeah, it's called Chapman.
Chapman, okay. So why conifers are ecologically important? So what do you think?
It remove the carbon from the atmosphere.
Correct? Because there are much forests of the conifers, so there are plenty of the conifers in the forest. So and they are evergreen, so they provide much oxygen, so we can breathe. Okay, and also keep in mind that they provide a home for the animals. Like some animals, they like the nuts. Like, do you know the animals that like the nuts?
Square.
Correct. Squirrels like nuts, so they collect the nuts uh, during the summer. So and they keep them hidden, usually in the soil.
Yeah.
So and then they forget about the uh, where they put it, and then
It's good.
eventually these seeds develop to the trees. And then you can find these nuts in some commercial products like the Snickers or like
But
what
you
do you know Snickers?
yes, of course.
So and other products. So actually that is why they are ecologically important.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh, so they provide food, they provide animals, shelter for the animals, and then also uh, they uh, they provide some recreational facilities like for skiing, for snowboarding. So because in Russia usually all these facilities are in the forest. So the question, next question. So the 13, what are some of the commercial uses of quantifiers? So this is mostly for the tumblery, so to produce the furniture and to produce the building material. So this is commercial use. So the 14 and the last question is 14 is what were progymnosperms? So the progymnosperms were seedless vascular plants that had megaphyls and modern woody tissue. So and probably they gave rise to conifers as well as to seed ferns, which in turn give rise to cycads and ginkgo. So these are evolutionary developments. So progymnosperms are actually the connecting plants that between the seedless vascular plants and gymnosperms, but they don't survive uh, till our days. So, sorry. Um, that is all for today. So the your homework is chapter number 25, flowering plants.
Okay.
Flowering plants, and start with the uh, life cycle. So the first the first part the first part of the uh, chapter. Okay, see you next week, and have a good holiday. So tomorrow is actually a holiday. So and see you next week. Bye bye.
Okay.
See you. Bye bye.